Okay, so this is my bathroom before. The handles I've taken off, but those three right there. These are the sinks and our chair molding and our current shower curtain and our vanity and flooring. Okay, so I am back. This is how much I've gotten done. I really wasn't going to do a video on this, but I'm going to be very, very honest. Doing this contact paper cover is much harder than it looks when watching people on YouTube do it. I'm just going to tell you, it is just pretty challenging. Yes, it takes a minute to get the hang of it, but this is one roll right here. That's it. I thought I would at least get halfway on our cabinets, and as you can see, this is one. Okay, it's kind of dark in here, but I hope you can see. So this is how, when you do one solid strip, like when you cut the whole cabinet piece and you try to put it on, it wrinkles. I don't know if you can really see that, but I found that if you do it in smaller strips, although you can't tell, the smaller strips are like, you know, on top of each other to make one whole strip, it comes out smooth and more even. Also, I stopped by the Dollar Tree to get, they had these baskets, and then I got these liners to line the baskets to go into the drawers. And the drawers are lined with Dollar Tree contact paper. We are going to replace the sinks and the faucets. So this is really going to take, you know, it's not like a quick little update to the bathroom, our guest bathroom. And then this is the marble contact paper. I just put it on there to see how it looks. And I'm going to cover it with, and hopefully be able to cover that with something so that it is very glossy and shiny. So that's just an update. I'm just going to be honest, like, it takes time. Like, this is like one whole day right here, like taking off the cabinet doors and just doing this top drawer right here. And I haven't even gotten to these drawers. I took off one handle on that one because I wanted to try the contact paper in that one. But this is work. This is really hard. I'm gonna be really honest. Like, it's not easy to just like whip it out. And I promise you, you're gonna go through like one roll. Yes, you're gonna go through one roll like really quickly. Like, there's nothing on the roll. I will link down below the kind of black wood grain that I am using to cover it. I got it off of Amazon. Good thing that it does come overnight, so when you do mess up, you can actually get more back to you really quickly. And I think that's probably why they do it, just because, you know, it is the simplest way. I did go to Home Depot to get knobs, but the kids could not come to a good decision on what color. And I will be back with this project.
Wait, that's the cotton candy.
Yeah.
So I had Zanai recording me doing the process. However, she just was just recording whatever. So yeah, this is just me smoothing half of the strip on there.
And I'm playing the dinosaur set. Mom sees that then, so that's what.
And then you can kind of like see how I smooth it down. Really quickly, it's going to be a clip of me cutting it down the side of the drawer. So you might have to rewind it back because she really didn't get it on record.
So,
just enjoy this footage here.
okay. So. Well, we're so tall. Okay.
Okay, so if you can get a good idea of what I mean, like, this is half of the strip. I cut it just about this ways, and then I'm going to lay the other piece to overlap it across like this. Now, when you do it like this, I find that that looks like a bubble. It's not a bubble. You do not need the credit card. Like, you don't need to do all of that forcing out bubbles and worrying about creases. It's just the easiest method for laying. And I kind of wish that I would have seen a video, but it was just trial and error because I had cut pieces that I had left over, and then I just was like, I'm not going to waste it, and I laid it on top of it, and it just worked so much more easier. So listen, if you get the contact paper and you're covering it with cabinets, do it piece by piece, just enough. I wouldn't do more than a little bit of your hand. You know, I mean, this is like a hand and a half. I don't know what kind of measurement that would be, but you don't want to do more than that. Anything more than that, you're going to be needing a flat edge, a squeegee, or whatever. And then once you just put the other piece on, it just flows. So here's the second piece applied. As you can see, it goes on seamlessly. I just have to kind of like fold this over just a little bit so that this right here is just like perfect. But you do not have to fight with bubbles. You do not have to fight with creases. And from the eye, you cannot tell that this was not one piece applied to it. I'm going to continue, and I'm going to go into my next straws. I'm loving the way that this method is coming out. I'm really rethinking and considering doing my first cabinet over there. I got to add a little bit of tape right there. See how you can see that brown right there? Okay, so I've done more of the cabinets, as you can see. I've gotten all the way down here to this last cabinet right here, and it has taken me this far about 3 days. And I had to order another set of rolls, so I ordered 2 more rolls, and I have half of one roll left, so I'm hoping I won't have to crack open that other roll just in case I need to do any patches and all that other kind of stuff. I went to Home Depot for my hardware, and it was quite expensive. I wanted to get handles just as these, and they were about $4.99 a piece. So I went on Amazon and I found these handles. They are awesome. They're great, and they're pretty heavy and solid. So I love them. So I'm going to put a link in the description for my handles as well. I mean, they are better than the ones that was at Home Depot. They are awesome, and they come with 2 sets of screws, short set and a long set, and I ended up using the long set of screws. So far in my process, this is how far I've gotten. Now, a little tip on doing this: as you can see, there is a seam in this cabinet right here. I wanted the grain to go up and down, and actually you can see where I merged those 2 pieces together a little bit more clearer than this one right here, where the grain is going across. Just be mindful of how your grains are running when you're using this paper, because it does make a difference on seeing the blending. But I might mismatch and do that last cabinet section right there, and then I have to do this like brown trim around the edge. So I'm going to go on and finish that cabinet and do the next step, put on the rest of the handles, and get back with you all. I've completely wrapped my cabinets and onto putting all of the handles on. I'm really considering completing the flooring down below, which was not noticeable until I wrapped the cabinets. But yeah, project is moving right along. Okay, so as I am putting on my handles, I use the long screws to do the draws, and then I began to do my doors and realized that my doors needed the shorter screws. I'm coming back to let you know this because in some of the packs of the handles on Amazon do not come with both sets. And I'm very glad that I got these handles. That way that I was not having to go to Home Depot or anything like that, that I have both sets of different size screws where it's very easy. Also, when you go to put your handles in, you kind of want to poke a hole through your paper already and hold the sides of it, because it will kind of tear and rip it as you're like drilling it in. So that is something that you want to do ahead of time. This straw right here is the only one I really need to redo, but because this has been a long project, I say I'll come back to it, but you know how things go. But you definitely want to get a set of handles online that have both lengths, unless you know exactly what you're working with. These drawers took the long ones, and these are taking the short ones. Whoa! Handles are complete. I think they look so nice. I love them. I want you all to stay tuned to part 2, where we replace the sinks and do the marble contact paper along with this right here, tile edging. I am loving this makeover. I can't even believe, but they look totally different. No more of the